Hey, how's it going? My name's Josh from ptstartupsecrets.com, and in today's video I want to talk about why it's so important for you to invest in yourself. Now I want to delve into why investing in yourself should be on your highest priority when it comes to deciding what to do with your money, because everyone makes these decisions on a daily basis. Whenever you've decided to enjoy yourself, go to a restaurant, go to the cinema, get a car, go on holiday, choose a place to live. Obviously, these things don't come free. They require investment. And you need to kind of prioritize your investments to essentially make as much money back from them as you can. And in terms of an investment that will pay you forever, nothing's like investing in yourself. I mean, you're investing in yourself, you're going to be alive for who knows how many years. Decades, hopefully, fingers crossed. So just imagine if you can invest in yourself, the amount of return on investment that you can get is infinite. And that's why I think it's so important for you to keep investing in yourself. And that's why I invest so much, and I find it so important, such a priority to invest into my own knowledge and education, because essentially no one can take your knowledge away from you. And that brings me to my first point. So knowledge is power. So the main equalizer when it comes to wealth and success and achieving everything and poverty, the main equalizer is knowledge. Now, I'm sure you might know people that have been born into wealth, they have a rich family, they've inherited lots of money. And obviously they start on a great place in life to have the best education. Maybe if you're like me, you haven't come from that background and you've had to grind your way up. And the main equalizer to that, from you getting from here to all the way to here, is knowledge. It's here. And that's how, I mean, not to get deep in history or anything like that, but the main way to keep a civilization or a population or any ethnicity or anything like that down is to deprive them of knowledge. I remember having a conversation with one girl actually, and she was talking about how growing up, if you were black and you spoke a certain way, people would say, "Oh, you think like why are you speaking white?" It's just that kind of, because you don't speak of slang, it means you're not proud of your race or something like that. Absolutely outrageous. And just thinking back, like she was saying about how that kind of mentality is what keeps people down, where it's almost cool to be, obviously we're all older now, it's not anything like that, but growing up, it's like it was not cool to be intelligent and speak properly and pronounce your words properly even. And that's why if you stopped using slang and you try to speak properly, like eloquently, people would look down on you as if, who are you trying to be? And it just goes down to knowledge, just people trying to keep themselves down, like crabs. If you've got anyone around you, they're a crab. They're trying to keep you down. They don't want you to search for that knowledge and better yourselves. So yeah, so that's just a small example. I went a kind of a bit deep there, but the reality is, knowledge is power. Obviously the status quo is that, the kind of standard is that everyone goes to university, but I don't think that's even necessary. And we're going to go into that in one of my next points, but you don't need academic knowledge to raise yourself in terms of your income and your place in society. It's just knowledge in terms of how you can be of best value to other people. And that can come in multiple ways. Okay, fair enough, you might learn how to be an accountant and gain that knowledge to help people in their businesses to account for their money and to make more. Or you might you might build value in terms of how to sell, how to do marketing. So many different ways, but those skills don't come free unless you're willing to put the time and learn from scratch. But that's not a smart way to do anything. It's always a smart idea to learn from others, and money is a great way to do that. There's not many people who are far ahead in their field that are going to teach you for nothing, teach you for free. And so, yeah, that's why I've invested, and this is outside of university, I've invested over £30,000 worth of education into myself, because I know that I can make that money back multiple times over. over a course of a lifetime, even over a course of a couple of years. And I feel that's made me, all these courses I've done, I can't say that one has particularly led to this or that, but I know I've taken bits from here and here and applying that to personal training. That's enabled me to put all the pieces together to create that system that's allowed me to have months of making, 11K in a month, multiple months at a pure gym. I'm having lots of conversations with other trainers, and it seems like a lot of you are struggling to even get past the 1K mark in a month, and even to make this a full-time thing, and potentially not really educating yourself past your level 3 might be something to do with it. For those of you who have done other business coaching, well done for that. But for those who haven't done anything and you're trying to learn on the fly, then that could be a reason why you are struggling to get where you need to be. And if you've been to university, you know about investing in yourself. Maybe because you've taken out a student loan, you're not really seeing it as an investment because it's not coming out of your pocket straight away. It's a case where you're paying it back after months and years, and only after you're earning a certain amount, so you might not think it counts, but it does. And university is very expensive. I'm pretty sure right now you're paying over 10,000 a year, so you're coming out 30,000 in debt and without even a guaranteed job. I graduated from university, I think my university was 7,000 a year at the time. So if I add the 20K on top, this is over 50K, well over 50K, maybe approaching 60K I've invested into myself and my learning. And you go to university, you're not even guaranteed a job when you finish. Or you get a job, and you get a job where you didn't even have to go to university to get it. So you just spent all that money, spent all those years. When I look back at university, the main thing that I benefited from university was the social life. And I don't think anyone would agree that was worth the money, but so yeah, university, so investing in yourself is something a lot of you might have done, but you can't just stop there because you need to keep going. It's a never-ending journey. If you listen to the greats, Bill Gates, lots of these other billionaires, they're always reading, they're always learning. They're literally bookworms. They can't get enough information. And if you think about the scope of information and knowledge in the world, it's mind-blowing. You can't stop. You can be 90, 100 and still be learning new things. And okay, so you might not have the money to invest in yourself now, but a lot of times you don't have the money to do a lot of things. If you've wanted to get a house, you don't have the money for that. So chances are you get a mortgage. A lot of times, let's say you have a big wedding coming up and you don't have the money, you get a loan. If you have a car you want to get, you can't afford to put all the money down, you might get a finance deal, or you might get a loan to get a car. It's funny how the banks will give you a loan for a car, but they won't give you a loan to start your own business. They won't give you a business loan. And you got to think about if you are taking out credit, if you are getting credit cards, what are you spending that money on? Are you spending it on clothes? Are you spending it on nights out? Or are you spending it on holidays? Anything like that? You've got to really think about where your money's going. And even if you're investing in a home, in a mortgage, it's not putting money, not to go rich dad, poor dad, but it's not putting money in your pocket. Eventually, when you do want to be in a position to sell it, you're going to have to move yourself somewhere else. Unless you're buying that property as an investment, and you're not living in it personally, or you're using it to make money off the bat, then you're better off using that money to invest in your mind. Put that money into a property course that will teach you how to get 100 properties, not just use that money to just get one to live in. And likewise, if you're taking out credit or a loan to get a car, that is probably the worst thing you can do if you're balancing that with investing in yourself, because a car, the depreciation is crazy. It might make your life more comfortable now, but if we look about 5-10 years down the line, where that's going to get you compared to investing in a high paying skill or investing in your education, you can't compare it. And essentially when it comes to investing, it's all about time collapsing. So it's a situation where you can take the risks and try and figure it out on your own. So let's say you're in the gym and you're struggling to get clients, you don't know what to do. You might be in the same position in 2 years' time. Heck, I've seen trainers who have been trainers over 8 years, 9 years, still struggling in the gym, and they've left. They've just got tired, fed up. And do you want to really take that risk? Or would you rather invest in yourself to time collapse and just figure this out in a couple of months and have a skill that makes you money for life? Okay, you might not want to be a personal trainer for the rest of your life, but you have a skill for as long as you live. You know how to make as much money as you want. And put yourself in a situation right now where you could be making 60, 70, 80K a year in a commercial gym, which is a priceless skill to have. And using a skill that you enjoy, you love, you have a passion for training, and people want to pay you for your passion. It's unbelievable. The amount of people that are at desk jobs, hating Monday mornings, that would pay and would do so much to be in your position to be a trainer and actually working in the gym as a living is unbelievable. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you on the next video.